Started. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Prince. So before I even start, it's Mother's Day, so we're going to drop the Dungeon Chef today, and it's Mom's choice. So, no one's here yet. I know I got a couple of little pre-waiters. So, I'm prepared today, but not as prepared as I'd like to be. So, let's go ahead and let's get started. Let me get this up because I know you guys are going to start popping up. So today I'm going to be doing chicken marsala, which I'm really excited about. Hey, first time I've done something not in a cookbook in a very long time. So let's go ahead, let's pop this up. Turn my volume down. This way I get to see what you guys say without having to go like this. There we go, live chats. Pop that baby up. All right, so first thing I'm going to be doing is, this is going to take a long time cooking. Like I said, I'm prepared, but not entirely prepared. I'm going to be pulling out the trusty crock pot. So the first thing you want for chicken marsala is probably the obvious. You want chicken. So let me get you plugged in. Maybe. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to put my crock pot. Hey, happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Hey, welcome back, Taylor. Sam, it's good to see you. I appreciate that, guys. So I have the crock pot behind me on low. I'm actually going to put it over here so you can see it. I got too many plugs going for it to be on the island right this second. So one of the things I like about chicken marsala is you can do pretty much whatever you want, especially when you're not following a recipe. So I'm going to start out with the chicken. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Taylor. And grab my kitchen knife of my choosing. And I'm going to start cutting this up. Now I've already put the crock pot on low, so I have it kind of preheating right now. Now I'm hoping this chicken doesn't do that stringy thing that some of it has been doing lately. I've been hating that stringy thing. I don't know if it's fake meat or what the cause of it is, but I heard it's like badly bred chicken. Not sure how well I believe that claim. Woo! Stay. Stay. Now I'm just going to dice this up. So guys, I'm really glad you're at my channel. Remember, if you haven't already, to like, share, and subscribe. If you really like what I do, you are more than free to support this channel in more ways. I have my Cashapp and my PayPal both in the description. Both are EmberBurnsBlack. I also have a link to my Amazon wish list, which just has some things that, some personal things I'd like. I won't be completely unhonest, but mostly stuff to build my channel up. Definitely like make my kitchen cool. Chicken to the doggo. And I'm going to add, not going to take out all the fat because I do want the flavor. And I know typically I go through the ingredients first. It's one of the first things I do, but since I'm not following a recipe today, I am just going to be kind of winging it, which I'm actually excited about. Like I said, haven't done this in a long time. One of my friends gave me the, actually I'm going to dice that up some more, gave me the Dungeons and Dragons books for gifts because he thought it'd be fun for home games. And you know what? He was right, which inspired me to start my channel back up. So he is a hero. This is also the same player who's made mortars out of his characters, so he really is a hero. Do, 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 do. And so far so good. This isn't doing that stringy chicken thing that I've been complaining about, so not too bad. I was kind of looking at it because you can kind of see like the textures and marbling in it, so I was a little worried there opening it up. And it's kind of scary buying meat these days because a lot of meat departments are all pre-packaged now. You can't get fresh what you want. There is a butcher shop somewhere in town. I haven't been there yet. And there's one grocery store that still has active meat cutters. So. Oh, you are just standing there with the anticipation, aren't you, Judith? So here we go. Lagging really bad. What are you making? I'm sorry about the lag. I can't do anything about that. I am making chicken marsala, and I saw the comment in what I believe is Russian. Forgive my ignorance if it's not. I do not speak Russian, and I apologize. I know a lot of my videos are translated into different languages, which has been requests of people in my audience because they don't understand audio English, but they can read it. So, yum, thank you. Smooth on my end, cool. So the stream is uninterrupted in Canada. Actually, that's the other side of Canada. You're in another country and on the other coast of the continent, which is really cool. Sounds yummy. I hope it is. I really hope it is. I haven't made this in a long time. Actually, I haven't had it in a long time. It's Mother's Day, and I've been thinking about chicken marsala for a while now. It used to be one of my favorite dishes, and on my first date with my ex, I didn't know if he was going to pay or if I was going to pay. And actually, my favorite meal is veal marsala. So I ordered chicken because it was cheaper, because I didn't know if I was going to end up paying, how much of a, douche canoe this guy was, which he ended up paying. So it was like all of our anniversaries and special days, and after we had a fight, chicken marsala was kind of like his go-to meal. And it just reminded me of him for the longest time, and I didn't want it. In the Shadow of God. You use marsala. I do have marsala wine, so I will be using that. Sam, Prince, I know you guys are here. Can you do something about that advertisement, please? I'd really appreciate it. So, like I said, this chicken is actually doing pretty good. I thought it was going to do that weird stringy spaghetti chicken thing, so I'm very proud of it. And this is probably going to be the most tedious part of the whole thing, is just cutting this chicken apart. And I have my my floor guard right here in case I drop anything. Thank you, babes. I appreciate that one. Thanks, Sam. I didn't want to get it with chickeny fingers. You knife well? I appreciate that. I actually had to have a friend, this was one of the knives he got to. I actually had to have my knives sharpened because they were just not cared for a long time. Actually, to be completely honest, I don't think they were used for a long time, but here we are, and they work. So some of this excess fat, honestly, just, there it is. Go ahead. How many does that feed? Happy Mother's Day, thank you. The goal is 7, but I'm not the only one cooking. There's going to be other people doing dishes. So that's one of the things I love about our game nights, our home games, is definitely the potlucks, because it's, you get other people's cooking. And I know one of the people that we game with was a professional chef. I think 2 of them might be, or at least she just has a passion to cook and she's really good at it. I'm not exactly sure. I should ask. But she's the type that she will research everything and have it perfected. So maybe that's it. But I don't care. It's good. Everybody really cooks good in our group. Happy Mother's Day. Your voice is so calming. Thank you. I appreciate it. These look like GMO breast. I was thinking that too. But like I said, a lot of chicken that I've been getting lately has been doing this weird spaghetti thing where it's like you'll cut into it and it just goes into strings. I actually have another video where that exact thing happened. And this isn't stringy. This is actually very, tough. And it's kind of like, it's really hard. It's really hard to know, but it's what actually comes from GMO and what comes from good breeding. Because I used to watch actually didn't used to watch. I get a kick out of it. There's a short film that was made by some agency, like the Chicken Farmers Group or something. And the video is called The Chicken of Tomorrow. And it was actually it was actually made to promote healthy breeding and get bigger chickens. And if you ever get a chance, the short is on YouTube, and like I said, it's called The Chicken of Tomorrow. It's fascinating and it's funny because it's also very dated. And if you really want some fun, there's a version of it on YouTube done by Mystery Science Theater, which is absolutely hilarious. Fresh chicken is deep red and not pale. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen red chicken. I could be wrong. There could be some Mandela effect going on, but I don't think I've ever seen red chicken. Would you rather watch a tree grow, or a Negro? Oh, that's... Whoa. Actually, I don't think that's totally offensive. I think Negro is Spanish for black, right? So, I'm not going to be too offended by that, but... To be honest, the latter, because a lot of them are more entertaining. Bruh, don't even try to save that. Yeah. I read it. It's typed. It happened. No going backsies. And that's how it is. Alright, so at least it's not the mic ones. Because I've had people trick me up into saying worse on here. So that's not that bad. And there's a lot worse words I could be saying. Oh. Almost done. And like I said, this is probably the most tedious part because after this it's going to get a lot more fun. I mean, it's, like I said, it's still not doing that string thing, which I was really afraid of. Because when they start stringing apart, it starts freaking me out. I live in a small city. That's really cool. It's really neat to see, like, where my audience is from. I was looking at the analytics, and I was actually quite impressed. I mean, there's countries watching that I've never even heard of, which really makes you kind of makes you proud. You realize how small the world is and how big the world is at the same time. You are just waiting for me to drop anything, aren't you, doggo? I'll show you guys in a minute. I'm not just throwing chicken fat on the floor. I actually have a waiting hound who's starving because she doesn't eat. Of course, the dog is waiting for treats. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, see a little nose. Come on, come on. Up, up. I see the paw. I actually wanted a nose, so you could show yourself. Come on, up, 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 up. I see your paw. Come on, you can do it. There we go. See, there's a doggo. Oh, you can see the doggo. Cool. All right, let me wash my fingies because they're gross, and I will be right back. Alright, tedious part over. Chicken's done. Where'd I put my towel? Where'd I put my towel? I don't know. Anywho. While I'm over here, let me grab something else. We're going to be needing this here in a sec. Can you come to the camera real quick? I do apologize. I walked away to grab something. I usually don't walk away from the camera. So, now that I got this ready, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scrape this into the pot. Oh, what am I making? I'm making chicken marsala. So, ew, I know, I got my hands all chickeny again. I see you sniffing. I'm going to grab a spoon and like beat that down a little. Okay. Now we get to the fun stuff that's not so tedious. So, as you know, cross-contamination, not a good thing. However, all of this is going in the same pot. I do have a shallot here. Next, and like I said, I ran out of time prepping today. Total my bad, guys. I'm sorry. I got some garlic. Is this still fresh? Yeah, it looks good. I know I have parsley. Alright, so see you later. Alright, I'll see you. Nice having you though. So I'm going to go ahead and everything I add to this pot, I'm going to give it a stir. And like I said, I'm sorry the crock pot's behind me today. It's just ran out of plugs. Forgot to charge devices. Total my bad. I apologize. So taking like a tablespoon of garlic, popping that in. And like I said, after everything I add, I'm going to give it a stir. Where did I put the spoon? Oh, hello. And I'm just stirring. Spread that garlicky goodness all around. All right. Next up, and like I just said about cross-contamination, not cool, don't do it. But everything I do is going to go in the same pot, so I'm not exactly worried about it today. So I'm just going to cut up the shallot, and then I'm going to dice my shallot. Which I had a meal comped for me yesterday. I was so excited, like disappointed and excited at the same time. Like there's a diner right down the road that I absolutely like. I enjoy it. I've never had a bad time there. Well, yesterday I was eating my French onion soup, which I was prepping myself up for because I haven't had it in a long time. And I was like, you know what? I would like some French onion soup. So I got my soup yesterday, and it's good. I'm eating it. And I see this huge onion chunk, and I'm like, ooh, and I went for the onion chunk, took a bite out of it, and realized it was an onion skin, and ended up pulling this long onion skin out. And I'm like, ew. So I told the girl at the counter, and she was highly disgusted and comped. I think it was 10% of my meal, which, in all fairness, between me and my daughter, we ordered about 5 things of food. She had her omelet and bread and fries, and I had soup and wings. So 10% was pretty good. Could have been 20, but I'm not going to beg. So I got that little part of the shallot cut. I'm going to cut it real quick. Then I'm going to dice it. Then I'm going to go ahead, cut and skin this one. And the garlic, if you saw, I just used jarred garlic. Don't have a garlic press right now, so it's a little wonky. That shallot was easy. And by the way, Amber, you won't be available. I won't be available the month of June to mud because I'll be out of the country. Ooh, are you coming to the U.S.? Ha ha ha. East Coast maybe? Because I literally just made a guest bedroom downstairs. It's awesome. Haha, no. Dang. Well, I tried. I'd love to see you in silver. Alright, a little bit of, whoa! Whoa. I usually don't get the eye twitch with shallots, but this one, apparently I do. So a little bit is lost in the dicing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. A little bit is lost in the dicing, like I said. Got my shallot in the crock pot. All right, so that being said, I know, but we are on a cruise for our 20th anniversary. Oh my gosh. Tell your wife congrats, and I miss talking to her. But that is something to be very proud of, 20th anniversary. Way to go, Sam. So next I have a little bit of parsley. And I said I was going to stir everything up, but actually I just contaminated my parsley. Oh well, because I'm not going to use all of it. And I just put it down on a board with raw chicken. So I have to throw you out now, but that's okay. So I'm not going to cut it up too much just because I'm having trouble because the board is slippery, and when I go to cut, the leaves are like, whee! 20 years, she hasn't been taken out permanently yet. You haven't, oh, no, she hasn't taken me out. I was about to say, you haven't been taken out with everything that you have put that woman through. I love you, dude, but just your sheer existence. Especially that stunt you pulled on your wedding day. Alright. Hands are getting icky again. Let me wash them real quick before I touch something else. Again, I don't know where I put my kitchen towel. Yeah, seriously, don't know where. Yeah. Because you know I'm right. I see that sarcasm. That was a classic moment. Who else would tape "help me" to the bottom of their shoes? Actually, I'm afraid that one is going to scream "help me" at the altar and run thinking it's hilarious. He would. And he'd even make Roadrunner sounds while doing it. And as much as it pains me to admit, it would be hilarious. Nails and boxes don't belong. There we go. So this is what I like about thyme. If you haven't seen me use it yet, you just grab a sprig and you go down the stem and it just pops right off. See, right there. And it dries out very easily, so you don't need to really do much to dry it out. So just, well, hello. You know what? I am pushing you out of the way so I don't make the mistake of setting anything else down on you. All your pretty contamination. And I have sprigs just falling out of the box. Like, use me, use me. So, I will. And thyme's just one of those tastes that it's really good. Maybe for yours, instead of rings, use handcuffs. No handcuffs. Maybe a ball and chain so I can't run that fast. Oh. Every now and then you just have to pluck a stick out. So I think we got that little tiny. And I did use a lot of chicken. So, next I'm going to use one of my favorite ones, parsley and rosemary. Actually, basil is my absolute favorite. Going to go ahead and use some rosemary in here. And just cover the top lightly with it. And then nothing would be mine without my favorite herb, basil. Again, I'm not going to over basil it. I thought I pulled out oregano. I just want a little hint of oregano, not overpowering. So I'm not going to like cover it with oregano like I did the basil, or not the basil, the rosemary. So just dap, dap, dap. That's it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this a stir. Get all of them. Ooh, and it's hot to the touch. So this is nice and ready. And the smell already, just with those herbs alone, is phenomenal. So, next, I'm going to add some pepper into it. And I like mine grinded. And now where it's already heating up, I'm going to go ahead. I want to bring this over so you can see what it looks like. It's a little unfair that I'm putting it together over here. I can hook it back up here in a sec. So if you can see down in what I got going on, nice and covered, nice and textured. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some beef stock to this. Just slightly. Not too much, just giving it some. And then I'm adding the Marsala wine, which please be careful, because when I was about 21, I learned a major lesson about cooking with crock pots and alcohol. I made vodka lemon chicken, and by the end of the night, me and my 19-year-old boyfriend were very drunk just from eating the chicken. So I'm using cooking wine, which is supposed to be 0% alcohol or volume 14%. So this does have alcohol in it, but you don't get carded to buy it. It's such a low amount of alcohol per serving. So with this, I am going to actually cover the chicken as much as I can. And then to make it just a little bit thicker, I'm going to add some cornstarch, not flour, cornstarch, because I do want to make it thick, but I also want to make it fluffy. And sometimes flour can make it a little clunky. So just a little bit, just a nice covering. Get it back in the box. Because if you notice, it's a little finer than flour, which I like. Now this should be turning brown. I might have to add a little more in. Now this is going to be something really strange that I do, but I want you to bear with me, guys. You might have noticed, those of you who do like chicken marsala, there's a major ingredient missing in this. And I'm getting ready to add it. So one person, I bet you can guess which one it is, who plays with us does not like mushrooms. So what I am going to do is I'm going to add the mushrooms to this dish. And once I get this started, I can't change it because I don't want to stir it up. So I'm adding the mushrooms right here in the corner. That way later I can easily scoop them out and put them in another container. But they will still have the flavor of everything I have cooked with them. So, and like I said, once I get this in, I cannot stir it. And I think that's going to be a little too much. And I'm going to have to be very careful to make sure I get them all out so he doesn't accidentally eat one. That being said, also don't have the seasoning on it. I'm going to add rosemary and basil to them. Because I definitely do not want them drying out. And again, because I don't want them drying out, some butter. So when I pull these out in about 3 to 5 hours, I can actually stir this up and flavor it better. So that being said, I don't want to add too much wine because the marsala sauce is wine and it does have some alcohol in it. So I'm going to add more beef stock to this. And it's already coming up the seams. And then add just a wee bit more. I'm going to do this like, you know, something from a daytime soap opera. Harnessing my inner Linda Belcher here with the wine. Okay. And like I said, that should thicken over time. Make sure that the mushrooms are moist. And the current time is 1:45. So 2, 3, 4, 5 hours before we leave. I'm going to put this on high. Give that time to cook. So thank you so much, guys, for watching me. And when that's ready, you can put it over rice or noodles. I actually chose spaghetti. So like I said, I haven't had chicken marsala for about 1 or 2 years now, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you really like what I do, definitely hit up my links in the description. PayPal and Cash App are both EmberBurnsBlack, and I also have my Amazon wish list. So now the 2-minute attempt. You guys take care too. Like I said, I love and appreciate you guys, and now time for me to shut this video down and see how it goes. So I will see ya. Oh, and happy Mother's Day. It worked first try.